On the base, the man accidentally slipped when he was reporting to his superiors. The ice broke up and he fell into a hole. When his friend saw this, he immediately dispatched his dog to rescue him. The dog held the rope, carefully walked on the thin ice, but the ice kept cracking. The dog was too scared to move, so it stayed where it was. By now, the man who fell into the ice cave was already trembling all over. At any moment, his life is in danger. The dog watched this scene. The mission to save the man overcame the fear of death. Without hesitation, he continued to walk forward. Finally, he came to the man. The dog placed the rope around the man's neck. Watching the man use his last strength to pass the rope through his arms, the dog turned and retreated with hope. Then at the command of his master, all the dogs worked together as a team. They successfully dragged the man out of the icy river of death. Although the man was saved, but he has suffered frostbite and a broken leg. Unfortunately, a blizzard is approaching. Jerry didn't dare delay. He strapped the man to the sleigh and wrapped him up tightly. Then he placed his lead dog, Maya, at the front of the pack. Jerry put all his hopes of survival on Maya. At Jerry's command, the dogs run as hard as they can towards the camp. On the way, a blizzard has arrived ahead of schedule. Jerry collapsed on the sleigh, exhausted from the cold. Maya senses its owner's danger, and led the team on an even harder run. At last, they reached the camp. Through the blizzard, their companions found the returning sled team, and rushed out to rescue them. Jerry thankfully praised his dog. Maya barks happily in response to its owner. Initial diagnosis showed that the man's life was in critical condition. He needed to be returned to the city as soon as possible. The man's hands were blackened by the cold. If they're not treated soon, they'll be amputated. And the storm is getting worse. They need to be evacuated as soon as possible. The plane was too small to take the dogs. Jerry couldn't bear to leave them behind. He wanted to wait for the next plane with the dogs, but his frostbite needed to be treated as soon as possible. The woman promised to come back for the dogs. In the end, Jerry agreed to leave the dogs at the camp temporarily. As he said goodbye, he said to Maya, the lead dog, "Take care of your companion. I promise I'll be back soon." After the plane took off, the dogs realized they had been abandoned by their owner. They barked in the direction of the plane. Maya was the only one who quietly watched the plane leave. In its heart, it believed that its owner would come back to get them. However, it was 180 days and nights of waiting.